Cropping in fireworks is just an absolute joy. And in fact, cropping is one of the more common tasks that you will undertake when you are working with images in fireworks. And to explore some of the cropping options available to you, open up the crop.jpg image located in your exercise folder. And when it opens, it's our friend the Swiss cow. Now, there are a couple of ways of cropping an image. The first way is just to select the image, and then you come up to the toolbar here, or the tools panel, and there's the crop tool right there. You'll notice that there are two tools here, crop tool and export area. Let's just select the crop tool to start. Now, it's standard format here or standard procedure. Just click and drag out the area you want to crop. But this is where things really start to get cool. If you want to get rid of the crop area, just hit the escape key. So you've made a mistake, escape. And you notice that the crop is gone. Now I'm going to open up the properties panel here because I want to show you something. Select the crop tool again, and this time identify a crop area. And you'll notice that in the properties panel, you can actually physically set the crop area. So if I deselect the proportion here, and I want this width to be 500 pixels, notice it comes out to 500. And I want this to be, say, 350. And I want it to move up the y-axis. We'll say it's got to come down 25 pixels from the top. You notice that the crop area moves. And then if I want to accept the crop, you just hit the Enter key, just like that. I always think that this is just such a cool way of working with cropping because it's not done by Mark I eyeball. It's very accurate and can be done using numbers. And by doing it by the numbers, of course, it's much more accurate. Okay, let's undo this crop. Command Z or Control Z, bring the cow back. Now there's another cropping tool right here, which is really kind of cool. There are going to be times when you're going to do a crop, and what you're going to do is you're going to have multiple layers. Well, the problem with multiple layers is that everything that's in the crop area gets cropped down. So if you've got content that's sitting out in here and you crop the image, well, that content that's out here, it's gone. Well, there's another way of doing it, and I think it's really kind of cool. Select the crop tool and then just select export area tool. And what you're going to do here is you're just going to basically identify the area that you want to take a look at, this area here. And when you hit the return key, it's a whole different dialog box. Basically, what you're doing is identifying a screenshot. So let's save this as JPEG, absolutely. I'm going to click the export button. I'm going to name it as Crop02, just so I know what it is. I'm going to save it to my exercise folder, and it's just the image. Click export. And there's the bitmap. Now watch what happens when I bring it in. File, import, Crop02, open. And I'll just put that right there just so you can see. And you can see that that screenshot is now there. So you can actually use the export area tool for multiple layers and things like that. So cropping is just an absolute joy to use inside of fireworks. The crop tool is in the tools panel right there. Two ways of doing it. You can drag it out and use Mark I eyeball, or you can actually do it by the numbers using the properties panel. Just be aware that anything in the crop area gets cropped. So if you have multiple layers, it's going to go right through the layers and grab everything. So anything out here is gone. Or you can actually use the export area tool to identify an area that you want to maintain or bring back, and it will be saved out as a JPEG image.